All right, let's talk about if this camera, the A7 IV from Sony, is still worth it in 2025. There's rumors spreading of Sony releasing a new version of the A7 series. That would be then the A7 V, I would assume. And it's definitely not the newest camera model anymore from Sony. It's now, about 3 years old? So would I say it's still worth it? Because I have two of those. All right, let's start with image quality. The image quality of the A7 IV is pretty good, like really good. Like even now in 2025, I have used countless different cameras. Our A camera right now is a Red Komodo X, and even in comparison to that, I would say this camera holds up fairly decently for the price. It has 4K at 60, yes, cropped into APS-C, which honestly I don't care at all. I don't care at all. I have a 24-70 f2.8 lens on here, which I think works perfectly. It's a Sigma lens, but still the autofocus is great. The camera's autofocus is still top notch. Yes, it is not the newest autofocus system anymore, and I'm not even sure if I could upgrade like the firmware or anything on it, but I never felt the need for it. It's spot on, it's really fast, the eye tracking is really good. I mean, I'm recording this video on an A7 IV right now, and we've bought it back in the day because we were doing a lot of weddings and corporate jobs, and back when we bought it, there was the FX3 or the S, the Sony A7S III, and this one was just released. On the day it was released, we pre-ordered it because we thought, wow, 4K at 60 with Sony S-Log 3 and 33 megapixels photos is pretty great. The FX3 doesn't do great photos, or it does do photos, but you don't have a viewfinder, which sucks. For anything professional, you need a viewfinder for photography. Sometimes I even use the viewfinder for videography if it's like super bright out and I don't have like an external monitor. So I really like the viewfinder on those cameras. It's not the highest pixels or whatever, but it's so sharp. I don't need more, honestly. The color science is great. The dynamic range is really good. There's not a lot that I would miss on this camera. I would say there's nothing I miss on this camera up until this day. I've shot a feature documentary on this thing that is now award nominated, and it's never let me down. It has 2 SD card slots, so for bigger productions, I make sure I always record a safety in there. Then it has a full-size HDMI output, yes, which I use a bigger monitor on to make sure I can monitor my stuff properly. I think the A7 IV is still I think the A7 IV is still a very great camera. And if you're thinking of buying one or even secondhand, I don't think there's a better camera for that price point right now out there that does the all-around stuff. If you're just into videography, as I've mentioned in another video, get like the FX30 or the FX3 if you have the budget for it. But if you want to do both, this is your baby, especially for the price point. As I'm saying, yes, you could get like some R series or whatever the newest one is right now. I don't even keep track of it. I think we're oftentimes overcomplicating the specs. Nowadays, all of the cameras are so great, and you don't need more than that. You really don't. And if you need 4K at 120 frames per second, okay, then get the FX. If you need 4K at 240, what does the Red shoot? I think 4K at 240 frames a second, but I'm not sure. But I don't never need it. I never need that kind of stuff. For every kind of like narrative work to start, for any corporate jobs or weddings, I think this is still your best choice. seriously. Well, again, this was a kind of short review of something that we just have and use all the time. And with all the new gear coming out, I feel like sometimes you have to just tell people what you still do have and what works great, and that you don't have to always get the newest, get the best, get the most expensive in order to make something work. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Have a good one.